Here's Chris Turner, about to play his 6th senior game for United. Stapleton's the sub, now Liverpool. They've welcomed back Hansen and Rush. Kenny Dalglish leaves himself out again, but he had to make a change at number 2 because Steve Nicol has a suspected broken jaw and Sammy Lee wears that shirt, although I feel we might see Lawrenson actually playing at right back. The referee is Neville Ashley of Nantwich, who has officiated already here this season against Chelsea, a match in which Liverpool gained a controversial penalty and drew 1-1. And Manchester United, it might be said, have a very encouraging record themselves here at Anfield, unbeaten on their last 5 league visits, 3 wins and 2 draws, although they did lose a Milk Cup tie here earlier this season. They're wearing the white shirts today, attacking the Kop end in the first half. Norman Whiteside is the captain in the absence of Brian Robson. And the stage is set for what may prove one of the most significant matches in the First Division this season. When the fixtures come out, people always look for the 2 meetings between Liverpool and Manchester United because you can always be sure they'll have some bearing on what happens in the hothouse near the top. Liverpool unbeaten at Anfield this season, indeed unbeaten here since United won last March. That was Whiteside. And Lawrenson, number 4, goes right into the right-back position, as I suspected. Gillespie and Hansen will play in the middle of the defence, that's already clear. Even though Gillespie's wearing 11, and Sammy Lee in midfield, that's the way they've reorganised. And here's Walsh, Paul McGrath, Hansen, Jim Beglin, and they're looking for Rush, he's offside. Ian Rush has missed the last 2 matches, and he's never scored against Manchester United in 12 attempts. Hughes is in there, tangling. Did he handle it? Flags up. Flags up. No, it's down again. Here comes Alveston. Headed us by Lee. Paul McGrath. Straight to Walsh. Oh, well played by Walsh. Super football. Craig Johnston. Crowd on their feet behind that goal. A lovely sweeping move by Liverpool. Johnston had the shot, but Walsh made it possible. It was a lovely piece of play on our side to set that up by Paul Walsh, who spread the play with the pass and put Johnston into what proved to be a shooting position. Gibson, Hansen, Mulby. Johnston spreading out to the right, pursued by Alveston. Rush is in the middle, so is Walsh. Johnston again, Sammy Lee. Johnston now to Lawrenson, onside, 3 in the middle. Lawrenson is not new to the right-back position, and he made the overlap there on the far side to start that move. Johnston had done well hugging the ball on that side. Lawrenson was freed, the linesman's flag stayed down. There were 3 in the centre, Walsh and Rush couldn't make it, Whelan shot over. It was a bit tight for Beglin actually, and it's come back to Colin Gibson. And Grobbelaar concedes the corner kick from Colin Gibson's shot. And that's Mulby's back header, and Grobbelaar was fouled.
Well, there's a Dane who has had time to settle. To start with, played in midfield for Liverpool. He was something of a weakness, I suggested, in last season, but he's certainly acclimatised himself to the pace of English football.
Here's Alveston. Oh, and Gibson it was who got a chance. Came to him quickly on his left foot, Terry Gibson that is. and he couldn't perhaps get the power he would have wanted, but Albiston broke from left back superbly, and Gibson had the shot straight at Grobbelaar. Hanson's header. Colin Gibson, Hughes, and Colin Gibson's through. He's there again, it's a goal! Colin Gibson scores for Manchester United at the second attempt on a ground where they always seem to do well. The break again was so swift. Hughes was again involved, it caught Liverpool out. Colin Gibson shot straight at Grobbelaar, but he fumbled it, and Gibson followed it in. Jimmy Hill.
Well, Grobbelaar would have been disappointed there that he didn't make the second save, because it was a good save he made to stop that. That was first class, but in trying to get it, it just dribbled out of his hands, and Gibson was enthusiastic enough to finish the move off.
So Colin Gibson, doubtful before the game, opens the scoring after 15 minutes. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 1. Mick Brown, the assistant manager of Manchester United, in the centre of the far bench. And Ronnie Moran and Kenny Dalglish down there for Liverpool, just wondering how they're going to pull this one round. But Liverpool, always dangerous when you strike at them. And here's Walsh. Right side. And Hughes, onside, they've caught them square again. Both the Gibsons tearing into the centre. And Terry Gibson this time nearer to it. And Lee. Walsh. Away from Gidman. Rushes in the middle, so is Mulvey. Still Walsh, and well held. Turner hung on to that in a manner which I suppose Grobbelaar wished he could have done. The ball was pulled across, and Walsh turned nicely, and Turner saved. Halfway through the first half, Liverpool 0, Manchester United 1. Rush and Mulvey in together. This is Whelan. Oh, he didn't really do one thing or the other. Walsh was waiting for the pullback, and it went right across the goal. Walsh is coming off, and he's been replaced by the Scottish international John Wark. And that happened with 15 minutes remaining in the first half, and Liverpool a goal behind. This is Johnston. That's a nice ball. Beglin to Whelan. Corner. Manchester United aren't too happy about that decision, but the referee has given Liverpool a corner, and Gillespie will make his way forward. Here's Beglin, and here's Whelan. Oh, they left him free! He'd been there, Gillespie, all the time, and when it came to the cross being returned, he was all alone, and no Manchester United player seemed to pick him up. It was a good cross, but nobody was near him. So a chance goes, and the score remains 1-0. Mulvey, who was surrounded by 3 white shirts, but he managed to come out with the ball, and this is Beglin. Well played by Jim Beglin to Sammy Lee. And Sammy Lee was fought against the post. Johnny Walk. 1-1. The equaliser for Liverpool. After 41 minutes. And Beglin, a superb piece of play from left back, changed the angle completely. Lee got the first shot in, it hit the post, it came out, and John Walk, the substitute, who's only been on the pitch, 11 minutes, has equalised for Liverpool. Turner did all he could, the ricochet came out, and Walk got there first. season. He's had a lot of injury, been out the side for a while. And here's Rush, and Turner collides almost with Moran. And now Grobbelaar comes all the way. Manchester United seen again to lose a lead. Liverpool seen again to claw their way back in typical fashion. Thanks to Beglin's marvellous piece of approach play, it was the most inventive thing Liverpool have done today so far. This is Mulby. That's not bad either. Johnston. And walks in there again, and so is Lee. Corner. It must have clipped the defender on the ground. Liverpool have pushed 8 players forward. It's going to be Lee with the kick. Away by Whiteside, as far as Olsen. Could United... Oh, well intercepted and ball. Beglin. That will not matter one iota. I thought he intercepted that quite well, but the referee was a lot nearer than me and said hands. It's like old times here, the Kop making themselves heard, the Manchester United fans at the other end, the two heavyweights of the First Division over the last 20 years, locked here 1-1 at the end of a very exciting first half. Which is brought to an end by an excellent referee. And the score is as it was in the first meeting at Old Trafford. If the score remains at 1-1, then Everton would remain at the top of the table, which would be a healthy position for Everton. They've got a home game coming up in midweek. Gillespie. That was Rush, and here's Lee. Walk. Mulby, looking for Rush. Lee walks in the centre. Rush is coming in too. Here's Walk. Hansen. Into Rush and Walk. John Walk with the shot.
Gillespie on the ball now, John. I do feel sorry for him as a player. He's had almost an exemplary game today, but he gets so few chances because of the form of Lawrenson and Hansen in the middle. But he's some player to play in the Central League.
And Turner came to meet Rush and inadvertently carried the ball outside his 18-yard area. So a free kick in a central position, which could spell danger for Manchester United. Rush was on the run and Turner had to come. Now Jan Mulby might size up the position here. Jim Beglin standing with him, who's got a useful left foot. Mulby something of a set play expert. And they've got, goodness me, what, 7 in that wall? 8 if you count Johnston, I suppose. 9 with the ref, Jimmy Hill says. And free kick to Liverpool. Beglin.
He didn't really spin it then. He didn't want to disgrace himself, I think, with a really wild one. You've got to belt those and take a chance of making yourself look silly to get one of those in. But good decision by the ref. A lot of people might have asked for greater punishment. But
the Kop demanding a goal here from Liverpool. Rush goes up. McGrath, Walk. Well, Paul McGrath got out of jail there, because that would have been a horrendous mistake to have made had John Walk done rather better with his shot. It was not really very dangerous at first because there was no Liverpool player near him, but he headed it straight to Walk and he miskicked. Again, there's some good length on that kick from Grobbelaar, headed on by Johnston to Rush. Moore's the defender with him, and my word, Turner did well. Rush, a snapshot out of nothing really. Lee, Johnston, can Liverpool press it home here? It's Lawrenson, and that's over the top.
Lovely bit of football that was a marvellous shot from an oblique angle and a really superb save low down to the left, the one that goalkeepers hate. Just watch, a good header on there from Johnson, tremendous acceleration and pace, but how does he get a shot on target from there and make it necessary to pull off that kind of save? Quite magnificent goalkeeping and also striking there from Turner and Rush.
And Chris Turner denying Ian Rush his first goal against Manchester United. And this is 13th attempt. 13 matches, that is, counting this one. Here's Olsen. Liverpool are closing Manchester United down so quickly now, and Alan Hansen coming out from the back, striding forward. Mulvey, and they've got Whelan on the left, and Beglin's up as well, and driven and well held, beautifully held by Turner from Jim Beglin. Mulvey tangling with Whiteside, who caught him from behind. Whiteside starts a suspension next Sunday, so he can play in the FA Cup tie at West Ham. Robson can't. This is Lee. Lovely little ball. Lawrenson. He stopped it. Beautifully done. Goodness gracious me. I don't quite know how much Kidman knew about that. Lee put it through first. Lawrenson provided some conjuring tricks on the line. Picks the ball up short from the corner. And Lee heads it back in again. So the threat coming down the right-hand side here from Liverpool. Lee. Played in again. Johnston. Rush! Can he do it? It was Albiston against Rush. It's still loose. And Gillespie. And Whelan. And Gillespie. And Johnston. And now Manchester United want to bring off Jesper Olsen and put on the experienced Frank Stapleton, who scored the winner here last season in the league game. Now it's the Manchester United following, making themselves heard from the Anfield Road end as Paul McGrath finds time to get into the Liverpool half, a rare luxury. Here's Hughes. Stapleton coming short. Hughes finds Albiston. Whiteside, both the Gibsons are forward. This is Stapleton. Albiston. Stapleton. It's going to come out to John Severbeck. Good cross. Grobbelaar away from Terry Gibson. Whiteside. Ran loose Colin Gibson. The player lying on the floor is Terry Gibson. Technically in an offside position, I suppose, although hardly seeking to gain an advantage. Whiteside, still free. Oh, I think it got underneath Hughes' foot in the end. And Alan Hansen saw the chance to make a break, which has taken him half the length of the field and earned him a free kick for obstruction by Severbeck. There was a glimmer of a chance in that crowded penalty area. That was Rush and Johnston. Rush! Oh! Not the usual exemplary finish that we've come to expect as a matter of course from Ian Rush, but it had to be taken on the volley. Johnston was causing problems and Rush drove that wide of the far post. 3 minutes. Lawrenson for Liverpool, and still the linesman says play on. It's Johnston, and it's headed out by Olveston for a corner. Played short, Johnston, and Rush. He turned and shot, Stapleton cleared, and can Manchester United come out and clear their penalty area? Gillespie, Beglin. Incessant attacking by Liverpool, Hansen. And look at Whelan, there's nobody anywhere near him. Marking's disappeared. Whelan shoots and it's turned over by Chris Turner, and where on earth were Manchester United's defenders? I suppose one or two of them looking at the linesman here. Corner's been given, but Whelan seemed to have all day to put that ball in. 2 minutes left. Hansen's on the near post with Molby. Walk was coming in. Back in by Beglin to Lawrenson. And Rush is in there, and well taken by Chris Turner, who's deputised extremely well for Gary Bailey and underlined what a very good goalkeeper he is. To leave with the throw. Holding. But the referee has blown for time, and for the second time this season, Liverpool and Manchester United draw 1 each. A very good first half, a second half dominated by Liverpool, but Manchester United got their teeth into the defending side of the match and wouldn't allow Liverpool the luxury of the winning goal. So Everton will remain on the top of the First Division, and these two sides go out of this match with 1 point each.